When you get to the point where you really don't care, you become very, very dangerous. I'm not saying don't care like, I don't care if I do that. No, when you don't care about other people and how they view you, about how you walk, how you talk, how you dress, where you want to go with your life. Most of us fail in life because we're afraid of what everyone around you is thinking. That's 100% true. We live by the narrative of other people. One thing about life is that people in life, they're the ultimate puppet masters. They exploit your weakness and they love to walk you around life and own space in your head. One of the biggest ways to cut those strings and walk on your own 2 fucking feet to your own destination in life is to build self-respect, self-esteem, self-discipline, all those things. Stay hard is not just about going to the fucking gym. Stay hard is about going that extra step when you fucking can. That's what builds self-esteem and self-respect. Stay hard. I had to stop giving a fuck about people. That was the biggest thing. I had to stop caring what people thought about me. I realized that everybody's fucked up. That's the one thing I realized. I walked around and I put these people on a fucking pedestal. Everybody was better than me. So I can't tell you anything about me because you're gonna judge me and I'm gonna feel even worse than what I am. What I realized, once I calmed my mind down and sat back and looked at how jacked up this world is, once you realize that you are not alone, everybody that's talking to you about how jacked up you are, only thing they've done better than you is they've hidden their fucked up world better than you have.
Fuck people! One thing you have to learn early in life, I didn't learn this till later on. I don't give a motherfucker. You can't care what anybody thinks about you. If I cared what people thought about me, you think I'd be yelling out here, doing a 105-pound ruck, talking shit? This is who I am. Find out who you are and own that motherfucker and tell people to go fuck themselves. Don't ever worry about anybody and what the fuck they think about you. You do that, I guarantee you your life will be in shambles. You will become the biggest bitch of all time.
The most important step we'll ever take in life is our next one. A lot of us get our feet stuck in concrete. We get our feet stuck in concrete because we're afraid to make enemies. We're afraid to speak what's on our mind. We're afraid of being in that group of people. And when you walk away, we're afraid of what they might say behind your back. All that fear clouds your brain, clouds your thinking. One thing in life, you're gonna always have haters. Embrace them. If you can walk on fucking water, trust me, your haters will say you can walk on water because you can't fucking swim. Learn one thing, shut the fucking noise out. Embrace the fact that people don't like you. It means you're doing something right. Stay hard, stay in the fight. One thing I found out in my life, I used to always want people to accept me and like me. So I became who they were. If you like something and I didn't like it, I liked it because you liked it. Become unapologetic of who the fuck you are in your life. If you get after it and you're a hard motherfucker, get after it. You gotta make yourself better than what you think you are. And what that requires is people to not fucking understand you, not know you, not get you at all. Look at you like you're off. Look at you like you have a problem. Don't worry about that shit. Be unapologetic, get after it, stay hard. Be who the fuck you are.
A lot of folks never even start the journey, man. They never start the journey because they live in this fake life that who they want to be They act like they are, but they're not because they haven't fixed all this stuff yet. You gotta fix this first before we can start our journey in life. You fix these problems, now your journey can begin because you no longer care about how people are judging you. When you care more about how someone's judging you, you're gonna stay right there. There's no forward momentum.
The more I did it quick, the more self-respect I gained. And the power was all mine. In life, it's important to do one thing. Many people will try to dehumanize you. It's up to you to find self-respect and dignity in yourself. You don't need a uniform to have honor. You need to have pride in yourself. So if you want to sit back and judge how jacked up I was and how messed up my life was, Merry Christmas, go for it. Have a good time. And say, judge it, man. Judge it. Like just me talking about it makes me feel good. And that's another thing about it. When you are willing to talk about how jacked up you are, the strength, that big rock that you carry, it just starts to come off. I'm tired of being afraid. I'm tired of not telling you shit. I'm tired of lying about how good I'm not.
Anytime you move from being normal to trying to be exceptional, people aren't gonna like that shit. Those normal people, it makes them feel like shit, so they're gonna judge you. And nowadays, it's very easy to be a fucking coward. Why? We got Instagram and shit. Most folks don't tell you to your face. They go online, they post about like cowards. Don't let cowards get in your fucking head. And last thing, make sure you do you, stay hard. Bitch, you don't fucking know me. You see a 1 minute fucking video about me. You don't know how hard I train, how I live, the fucking dedication I put into my fucking life. So why do you troll? Maybe you're some fat motherfucker at home, lazy, with no discipline or dedication. Maybe you're jealous. Who knows?
With success in life comes more haters. Don't make them hurt your feelings. Use them for fuel. Use them for energy. In times of need, put them on the fucking mental Rolodex in your mind. And when you don't want to do shit, roll through your brain. Pull up that motherfucker that you need. That person who said you couldn't do something. Weren't fast enough, good enough, smart enough, where the fuck it may be. Use it for energy. Instead of killing them with kindness, torture them with fucking success.
Every day I go to the training and I do something because I know I have competition. When I was kid, I beginning like in freestyle wrestling, then I moved to judo, combat sambo, MMA. I doing like almost 13 years, last 13 years professional, and all my life I was doing something like preparing for somebody, for some amateur fights, amateur wrestling, or professional MMA. You know, it's like. But right now it's like. It's a little bit hard for me, you know, like without competition.
Don't focus on your opponent. Why you have to focus on him? Just focus on yourself. Train all the time, not only training camp. Like I told all my guys, you cannot train only when UFC give you guys fight. No, like last 2 months, like 3 months. This is not good time to improve. This is good time to become good shape. But other time when you don't have fights, like okay, you finish your fight, 1 week you rest, after that you have to come to the gym and improve yourself all the time. When UFC give you fight, okay, focus on fight and become more good shape and fight put your level on different, like another level, or improve yourself. Like you cannot train only when you see you fight. But most of the celebrity people do this when they become famous, when they have money, everything, they busy, they travel, everything. Okay, they think I'm champion, I need only 3 months. No, this is big mistake.
Everything about discipline. Everything about discipline, and every day. And every day, like, you know, train, sleep, eat, repeat. They have to become your lifestyle, and everything here in mental. Like people ask me like, when you become champion, what you feel like? And I said, no, in my mind, I was always champion. In my mind, all the time when I see someone compete like in my weight classes, and I think, okay, like since when I like, when UFC signed me, it was like 2012, 2013, 14, like that time, I would think about, I'm gonna beat these guys. I can beat all of them, you know, like everything about mental.
Nobody can say nothing about my career. I don't think like 13 and all in UFC. I fight with absolutely best guys, and I don't care about this. Just let people judge, you know. We have a lot of hate on this world, you know. I don't wanna give people bad energy. If something happen, it's gonna be happen, you know. I don't like to talk people with, oh, if I'm gonna see this guy, if I'm gonna like see other guy, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Like, who's gonna talk, who never gonna do this, you know. It's like it's gonna be like, we don't know what situation is gonna be. Maybe we're gonna be alone, or maybe it's gonna be like 200 camera around, like a lot of security. You never know, you know. But I really don't like this, you know. Like fame and money show who you are, you know. All the time we hear about like money and fame change people. No, when money and fame come, these two things show who you are.
You know, it's like, this is not about I knew or no. This is like,
Did you have a vision, is what I'm
I
trying
have
to say.
vision. I have vision, like all the time I think about, like, if not injuries, or if nothing happen, like if I'm gonna fight, like for example with this champion, I can beat him. Like always, like my mind think about, like I just, oh man, I just need to compete with this guy. I really want to compete with him, you know. Like I remember when Anthony Pettis fight with Gilbert Melendez. It was like in Vegas. I was there, like I do my rehab for my knee, and I was very close to cage, you know. And they fight for the lightweight title, and I think like when fight finished, I was think like, these guys, people call them like best in the world, and I think I can beat these guys. And my focus was like crazy, you know. And after that, Rafael Dos Anjos, after like 3 months, beat Anthony Pettis. And I was thinking like, hey, 1 year ago, I mauled Rafael Dos Anjos. All these chickens, they fight for my title, you know. It's like, and I'm here without belt, and all these chickens, they fight for my title, you know. It's like, but that time I was injured, you know, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do everything what I have to do, and I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna maul all of them. And when I come back, like 2016, 14, I have injured, 16, I come back, and it was like two different Khabib, you know. It's like when I fight Dos Anjos and all these fights before I get injured, and after that, I changed completely.
I truly believe this time I can become best. But I know like a lot of people don't believe this, but my team, my father, my close people, they believe me, they support me, they was always with me. And right now when I finish, I cannot be away from this, because all these guys, they support me all my career, and these guys big part of my success, you know. That's why I'm here, that's why like I leave my family, I come here to support these guys. When I want, I go to the training. When I don't want, I don't go to the gym, you know. Like 1 year ago, I was big star and I was busy too. And same time, I knew I have to fight with lions. That's why doesn't matter where I fight, fly, where I go, I always training. Never, ever, never. For me, training, for me is like, I don't know what have to happen, you know. It's like, if I'm very sick, you know, if I catch flu or something like this, of course I cannot train. But even if I broke my leg, broke my arm, broke my ribs, doesn't matter. Even if I have surgery on my back, it's like doesn't matter. I always train. I always in gym. Even I cannot do nothing, I just come to the gym and I watch and I try to learn something. And this is how you have to be if you want to be champion. If not, on this business, this is don't work. I don't know, maybe in soccer or American football, when you're celebrity, you just come, play, but you can say I play soccer, football, basketball, hockey, but you cannot say I play MMA. You cannot say, you have to compete here with lions. If not, they're gonna hurt you. You're gonna broke something, or they're gonna hurt you. They're gonna give you knee, elbow, punch. They're gonna choke you. They're gonna break your arms. They're gonna break your legs. You have to be careful with this sport. This is not just regular sport. We have to make him busy, do something in other things, because in this sport you have to be very hungry, or other way someone gonna come and hurt you. When you have family, kids, when you have all life ahead, it's this is not easy. Look what happened with Conor. His kids watch, his family watch. Look what happened with Chris Weidman or Anderson Silva. Not only these guys who broke legs, other guys who have damage on their brain. How many guys they still compete, knockout. This is change your mind, change your brain. This is give you very they make you different person because of too much you eat too much punch. This is, you cannot play MMA. This is very dangerous sport.
This is what I work every day for. I gotta get it done.
For me, it's changed my life. Bow hunting as a rule has changed my life because I had no direction as a young man growing up, and bow hunting gave me that direction when I needed it. As my bow hunting career started, like a lot of guys, I struggled. I missed 16 bucks my first season bow hunting. I don't like failure. I've never liked failure. And so my whole thing is I need to work harder. From that point on,
this is how it's gonna be.
I started asking more and more and more of my body, thinking that the tougher I got, the more apt I'd be able to overcome bow hunting's challenges.
I'll be the last man standing here.
If I could run 100 miles in the mountains nonstop, I could pretty much overcome anything on a bow hunt. Granted, I had a lot of endurance, but I just realized to be the ultimate mountain athlete, I needed muscle. I needed muscle to protect my joints. I needed muscle to pack heavy loads. I lift weights every day for one reason, to be the best bow hunter I can be. If you can't hit what you're shooting at with your bow,
I'm dangerous.
you're not gonna kill.
So dangerous.
If I get one chance, a hard hunt might come down to one opportunity, I need to be able to take advantage. The only way I've found to do that for me personally is arrows through the bow. I have the blueprint for what I need to be successful in the mountains, and that entails me training hard every single day, becoming one with my weapon, which is a bow.
I'm the the baddest mother up in here.
It's the way I live.
And I'm about to make it.
That's the way it's always going to be. People have asked me, why do I think I get so much hate, criticism, and get judged so harshly? And I don't know. I don't care. I use the slams people say against me, to me, about me, whatever you want to say, as fuel. It motivates me. What motivates me at least 10 times as much as the criticism is a positive energy I receive from others. The inspiration, the successful journeys people have embarked on because they've been motivated by my story. And, you know, I say at the end of the day, if you're not making a positive difference in this world, what's your point? I'm Cameron Haynes. I'm a bow hunter. I am defiant.
I have you begging for mercy, begging for mercy.
Here we are on the grind, and you know, this is the bottom of the mountain. Kind of reminds me of your standard hunt. I mean, right out of the gate, you don't really know what to expect. I mean, on a run, some days I feel good, some days I don't. And on a hunt, same thing. You're going into it, kind of feeling out what the situation's like. Utah mule deer during the rut. You know, going into it, knew it was going to be daunting. At the bottom of the mountain there, we're already looking at challenges. Big winter kill from the winter prior. So finding a mature buck, you know, you have to get some work in to get it done, but we don't do things because they're easy. We do it because we love the challenge.
I've been doing this a long time. I've been pushing myself a long time. And for me personally, I'm not satisfied unless I go to bed every day knowing I gave all I had.
I'm ready to play now. Put me in the game now. I came here to prove it. I'm ready to do it. I can't be afraid now. Put me on the stage now. I'm ready to rage now. I feel like an animal stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out.
The only reason I've had the success I've had is because I put in work. I give everything I got every day. I don't feel like I have any special talent, but I'm a hard worker.
I don't want to let people down, you know, because I'm just a regular guy. I came from a real small town, had absolutely nothing. And so where I came from, people would rather see you fail than succeed. Who was I to dream big, really? I mean, I didn't deserve to have big dreams about being anything special. I felt like proving people wrong, and I got into bow hunting. I started running marathons. That was, you know, about 10 years ago. And just kind of, I realized a connection between endurance racing and hunting. Because in both disciplines, you're facing huge barriers when you want to quit. You know, nobody's going to judge you if you quit an ultra marathon. Same thing with a hunt. Most people fail on a hunt, but I didn't like the feeling of failure. I thought back to when I was a kid and people, you know, wanted to discount my accomplishments, and I thought, all I care about is success. I'm going to do whatever it takes to succeed against all odds, in all circumstances, and to be the very best bow hunter I could be, and just change the perception of hunting. What if we threw out what people think about hunters? What if we threw out the stereotypical hunter and we said, let's invent the ultimate predator. Let's see what that looks like. To me, that looks like athlete, somebody who treats bow hunting like a professional athlete would. They look at nutrition, they look at training, they look at how can I break down my mental barrier and be stronger than I've ever been. Here's the deal. if you want to be the ultimate predator, the ultimate mountain bow hunter, you're going to have to ramp it up. That's a race that never ends.
I got broads in Atlanta, just to throw me in the family. Credit cards in the scammers, hitting the licks in the van.
I've lost my mind on this game, yeah? Like Vincent van Gogh. He dedicated his life to his art and lost his mind in the process. That's happened to me.
One of the very great things that C.G. Jung contributed to mankind's understanding was the concept of the shadow.
The shadow, you know, that Jung's famous idea that everyone has a dark side and that dark side needs to be incorporated and made conscious.
Do what he called to integrate the evil, to, as it were, put the devil in us in its proper function. Because you see, the unacknowledged one, the outcast, the scapegoat,
Come to join the queue.
the bastard, the bad guy, you see, the black sheep of the family. It's always from that point.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
To have the play, it's necessary to introduce a villain.
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you?
You should try, John. You really should try, John.
I would literally kill you.
Just try to bite his heart, you know. That time I thought I really want to bite his heart, you know.
It's necessary to introduce a certain element of trouble. So, in the whole scheme of life, there has to be the shadow. Because without the shadow, there can't be the substance.
You know, because everyone says, well, you should be harmless, virtuous. You shouldn't do anyone any harm. You should sheath your competitive instinct. You shouldn't try to win. You know, you don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too assertive. You want to take a back seat and all of that. It's like, no. Wrong. You should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it.
Because there was no outsiders. It was isolation. It was visualization. It was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life.
If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start.
Relax. Yeah, but just relax. Just relax.
It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail. It could mean mockery, isolation.
All of this is another parking lot. You've done it already 20 times. Let's go get ready for a fight.
This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, jobs, and maybe your mind.
I beat you after a weekend of cocaine.
Tonight's entertainment.
A holy person is one who is whole, who has, as it were, reconciled his opposites. And so there's always something slightly scary about holy people. And other people react to them in very strange ways. They can't make up their minds whether they're saints or devils. And so holy people have throughout history always created a great deal of trouble.
The shadow of the human being reaches all the way to hell.
So the holy person is scary because he is like the ocean.
Send me a message, like location, I'm gonna come. Whatever you want, doesn't matter. Ireland, New York, Brooklyn, or Moscow, doesn't matter.
I pray this prayer asking God to just give me the supernatural reaction abilities.
See the ocean on a lovely sunny day and say, oh, isn't that gorgeous? And you can go into it and relax.
Praying this prayer and touching myself, and rubbing myself, and meaning every ounce of this, thinking my life is on the line. I noticed, looking at myself, that I was covered in feathers.
But boy, when the storm comes, does that thing get mad. Terrifying.
Nothing you can do to stop me, Daniel Cormier. Expect very malicious, violent things to happen. Are you still there?
I actually admire that you can actually be this fake.
It was
real as fuck to you.
It was very real to me. It was very real to me. I could see myself covered in there was small feathers in between my fingers. I felt like I was like this fighting thing that wasn't earthly.
Well, there is in us ocean, you see.
He actually means what he says. It's not a metaphor. It's like the part of you that's twisted against being.
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been.
This is my life, and I'm willing to die to beat you. Because as I've said many times, you don't deserve this.
All right. Be prepared to do that.
I think I am a bad guy that's trying to be good.
Is this guy gonna mess this up again by doing steroids or snorting cocaine or...
I beat you after a weekend of cocaine. Just because religiously we're all sinners. We're all sinners.
Fucking officers, I fucking hate you. I hate you.
Car accident. Anyone injured? I'm not sure. I know 2 people did get out.
Well, unfortunately, we're seeing this kind of pattern of self-sabotage.
We're born into sin. It's our nature to sin.
So this is why there is a very strange association between crime and all naughty things. So you see, holiness is way beyond being good. Good people aren't necessarily holy people.
Everybody would bring other kids from different neighborhoods around to fight me for money.
But at a young age, I was really experienced at a young age. I knew what was happening. Like I'm saying, I'm 10 years old. I knew what time it was. I knew what it was like to hear people scream in the middle of the night or getting mugged. I saw people get shot. I heard my mother get a lot. So I knew about the world. It wasn't like I was stupid from the world perspective.
Punches are not made, they are born. He was born a puncher. It's just my nature. I mean, to reach for you and take your heart or your blood or your spleen or your liver.
That's the model. He watched me for he didn't let me box. He would just talk to me for 2 or 3 weeks about fighting and the psychology of fighting. And my fighting was truly about fighting. It wasn't nothing physical. It was all spiritual.
And Jung felt that the whole point was to bring the two together and by a kind of fantastic honesty.
But I label myself a trash talker. I label myself a truth talker.
If you'd have got off that bus, you'd be dead now.
No, okay.
You'd be dead and I'd be in a cell. Here's my location, you little fool. Right in front of you. Do something about it. Do something about it.
To penetrate one's own motivations to the depths. Jung had a tremendous humor. And he knew that nobody can be completely honest. That you will try and you'll have a great deal of success.
Do you want to make this situation worse? Do you want to make a bad situation worse?
In exploring your motivations and your dark, unconscious depths, that there will be a certain point at which you will say, well, I've had enough of that.
I just want to mow people. Doesn't matter. When I go to the cage, I mow my opponents.
Isn't it because you know that there is a big difference between what goes on the outside and what goes on the
I was not a popular kid. Girls didn't like me. I didn't have much friend. And when you're not cool, you hang out with not cool people. Things are hard.
I love my job. I'm very happy about my job. But there is thing about my job that I hate the most is fighting. I freaking hate. I love the study of fighting. I love the science of it. How I'm the tactical, the physical. I love to train. I love to walk in a room and feel strong. I know if something happened, I'm the man. Even though it's an illusion, because with a bullet and nobody is faster than this. But I like that lifestyle. I do it for the lifestyle, for what it is. In every job, there's no perfect job. There's no perfect job that you like everything about it. It's impossible. In 365 days, there's 2 days that I hate the most. It's the day that I'm fighting. It's freaking unbearable. The feeling of uncertainty that if you don't know if you're gonna be humiliated, you're gonna be the victor, or you're gonna be the loser. I care so much about it that is freaking unbearable. As much as I try to dismiss it, it's unbearable. I like to win. When you win, the feeling is unbelievable. It's so good that it's worth this.
Yeah.
But I hate it, man. So I go in the bathroom, close the door, and I say, now I see a lot of negative shit. So I go in front of the mirror, and I say to myself, I say, try to convince myself like a kid, like I'm the greatest, I'm the strongest, and I think of it looking at me, and I'm this, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, I'm this, so I try to boost myself. Open the door, go back. I still hate my job, but I'm a different person than when I got in the door. So I play with mind games like this with myself all the time.
Remember, I was at school. I was not listening to what the teacher was explaining to me. I was thinking about how I'm gonna get out of school, reach the bus before the kid grabbed me and beat me up,
This guy, when I was young, he was beating me up in the bus all the time. He was ridiculizing me. I had like Adidas pants that you can tie it like this. It was like taking off. So I was like in underwear in front of everybody, in front of the girl. He was beating me up all the time. And
I was a very proud person, so I had a lot of ego, and even young, it was a big problem for me. So I come back, I pass through them, and I remember I swing one of them as hard as I can. I knew I was doing the right thing, and I was like, man, these guys, next time they mess with me, they know at least I'm not an easy target, and I was a proud person, I always wanted to be respected.
It's my dream when I was young. That's why I did UFC. I wanted to be the stronger man in the world. And I realized over the years, it did not exist. You cannot be the stronger man in the world. This is an illusion. I love the younger guy. They say, oh, I'm the badass man. No, you're not, man. It doesn't exist. I grew up, we didn't have a lot of money, but it doesn't mean if I'm born in a nice country that always nice things happen, My dad, for me, is a big role model because I see him through my life facing a lot of adversity. He stopped drinking when I was a teenager. He was an alcoholic. And I've seen him struggle through that, and it was very, very hard. And leave in the morning, come home at night, burned out because of work through almost all his life, to the point that it became a slave of the system.
Yes.
It became an habit and a normal way of living. And it made me realize that I've learned a lot through my father. He taught me perseverance, hard work. When you face adversity, to never give up until you achieve it. But also he taught me a lesson that in a way that I don't want to be like him. Even if he is happy, it's because I realize I don't think he knows anything else. Like he works through all his life and he lived to work instead of working for a living. Don't work hard only, but work smart. That's, I think, the problems with a lot of people. They work hard, they can work hard, they burn themselves, they don't work smart. Whether it is in science and business, they make bad choices, or they're badly informed in sport. Two most important things for a fighter is confidence and skill and knowledge. If you have the skills and knowledge, but you don't have the confidence, it would be the same thing let's say you have a lot of money in your bank account, but when it's time to buy something, you don't have access to it. You don't have your credit card to take out the money. So it's useless. If you have all the skills and knowledge, but you don't have the confidence, it's useless. On the other hand too, if you have the confidence, but you don't have the skills and knowledge, that means you have a credit card, but you have $0 in your bank account. So you can't go far either. So you need both. And that's what is very important. Skill, knowledge, and confidence. When it makes everything together, when you mix it all together, that's where magic can happen. To be a champion, you need to be good when it matters. At that time, at that location, under those conditions. That's what it is to be champion. Some guy, they just can't turn it on. And that's what makes the difference. Very often it's because of psychological problem. You know, they got crushed by the pressure. You know, they felt overwhelmed. The fear is normal to be afraid. Said fire, it can help you cook your food, you know. It could be your friend, it could be a good thing, but it can also burn you. So fire can be a good thing. Fear could be a good thing. It can elevate you, make you more sharp. Your reaction time, your decision-making time. You'll be on the edge. You'll be faster. You'll be sharper and quicker. However, it could also make you crumble under the pressure.
I've never been afraid to break the rules in life. I'm not talking about break the law, break the rules. Why would you want to be in this world if it's to behave like everybody else? The most successful people in life are the ones that are doing things out, they're thinking outside of the box. So don't be afraid to break the rules.
To me, you know, satisfaction is the end for me. Like I always, if I'm satisfied, that means I have nothing to live for. Yeah. I'm not talking only about my career. I'm talking about my life. What do you want in your life? You want kids. You want a family. You want to be champion. What do you want in your life? You have like a long-term goal, short-term goal. In mixed martial art, I achieved what I needed to achieve. I'm satisfied. I'm no longer the same Georges St-Pierre than when I was begging for a title shot on my knees. I move on from it.
My dream come true, guys. Thank you for the support. Everybody here that came to support me and my goal. It's a great sport. Thank you. We'll make a living because of you guys. Thank you so much. My dream come true.